Welcome back to Area DMG. I'm your host, Phil Mouth, and today we're going to take a look at what was added to Nintendo Switch Online. They added 2 Game Boy Advance games and a couple N64 games. But they did also add a brand new app to it. You see, something they've added to it is that there's the N64 Online, and then now in Japan, this is something they've had for a while, right? In Japan, they had this back, I think, when Jet Force Gemini came out. Because, it was rated differently in the United States. But in Japan, it was like a Zero, same with the GoldenEye. And because those were intended, for legal reasons, they couldn't really put those ones in the normal thing. So they had to, they had to separate them. And I wasn't sure if they're going to do this in the United States. Because GoldenEye, I think, is like a T. This is a T. The rating is different for them in Japan. And this one here is actually Red and Black is the name of Perfect Dark in Japan. It's like Red and Black, Perfect Dark. Get it? Red and Black? Yeah. But for those 3, they just put all 3 of them in here. In the United States, when they added this, they added it in a mature 17 plus one, right? Because for some reason, our rating is actually how there used to be PG, and then there was NC-17, R, X, etc. But here in the United States we have M, right? You see how it says ages 17 plus? I think it's kind of funny that they put in Turok of all things. Now, they can probably put in Turok 2, 3, Rage Wars. Those are all M rated. There's Perfect Dark, there's Mace, there's Resident Evil 2, which, oh man. If they put out the N64 Resident Evil 2, that and Conker's Bad Fur Day instantly make this little separate app better. I think it's funny that they did this, though. And I think they're going to have to do this because, hey, as much as it seems silly to have 2 N64 apps, if they do other systems later on, there is some M-rated stuff on the Game Boy Advance, like Doom. And that is it. Pretty much. There were some kind of M-rated games on the Game Boy Color. There was I think Little Nicky was kind of considered that. What's weird is stuff like Metal Gear Solid for Game Boy Color was rated E, even though none of its content was actually E-rated. It was more like a T or an M. But if we get to a point where they start putting GameCube games on the Nintendo Switch or the Nintendo Switch successor, having a 18 plus or 17 plus version for that would actually be a great idea, because then you can have Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes, you can have Resident Evil 4, that type of stuff. Eternal Darkness, yeah. But I look at this and I'm like, oh good. Although, to be perfectly honest, I like Perfect Dark. What I really want them to do is bring me Bomberman 64. I want Bomberman 64, just the first one. I don't care about Bomberman Hero or Bomberman 64 Part 2. Those aren't that good. Bomberman 64, though, it was perfect. Oh, and Banjo-Tooie. But yeah, now that we have this, we have a better chance of getting things like Mace and Forsaken 64 and Resident Evil 2 and Conker's Bad Fur Day and others. But yeah, I'm not really going to jump into those. What I really wanted to jump into is what was added to Game Boy Advance. Now, one thing that's kind of great is, and it used to be a little bit annoying when you wanted to do this before, but there's they added in 2 things. They added in Metroid Zero Mission, which is fantastic, and The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, and 4 Swords. That's what's on there. Ooh. Okay. We're gonna jump into this one just right away. I love this one. And the good thing is that I don't have to worry about how if you don't, how you can play the Super Nintendo one, and if you save, it counts as a death. Yeah, That doesn't happen on here. Ooh, let's actually make the that fast, and they want dark, normal, and bright. That was intended because there was different types of Game Boy Advance screens. Like this one was more for like if people had issues seeing the original Game Boy Advance screen. This is the normal one, and then this one for Game Boy Advance SP, essentially. I like the darker one here. It just seems better, because I always felt these felt a little washed out. And of course, you know, I've got that filter on there. But Four Swords is fantastic, and now you can actually play it with other people, like local and with friends. Give them a call, have them come over, bring their Switch. But yeah, Link to the Past. Let's create a save spot. Yay! No, wait, I want this. You know what the horrible thing is? I've been messing around with Game Boy Advance games on like Emulation Station DE on the Logitech G Cloud, and I set select and start to what the Y and X buttons are, because like to me that feels better. Those are different on this system. Right now I'm using a Nintendo Switch Pro controller to play this. Although, to be honest, I kind of started using more of those Neo S controllers because they're better. But yeah, this is not too bad. Like, this system, they did such a good job with it. And this online stuff isn't too bad either. It's like, yeah, this is good. Anyways, unlike the Super Nintendo one, they make you sit through this. There's no way to fast forward it or skip it. A survival book. That on Amazon? Yeah. Oh, I'm just checking my email. Blah 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 blah. This whole thing right here with the Ganem just kind of, I've seen it so many times that I can't skip it. That said, Link to the Past is fantastic. I would love a remake of this that looked like, say, the Link's Awakening remake. Although this is the version to go with, I think. Yeah. Something about it just felt better. For some reason, like, your lifting stuff is the R button, B button, and then A button is, B button's your sword when you have it. Yeah. Oh, and then you could save, but then you didn't have to turn it off, which was good. Yeah, if you quit, there'd be a thing. Oops. Yeah. L button brings up your map. Select button brings up your items. So you have items and do see. They're not too bad. And then when you get a sword, you can use the B button for it. And it's always a dedicated sword button. I remember when this came out on the Game Boy Advance. Actually, I got my Game Boy Advance kind of early. I got it a couple months before it came out in the United States because I worked for a peripheral company for a little while. I can talk about that. I mean, those NDAs and stuff are no longer in effect. Anyways, used to work for a company called Newbie. And I remember trying to push them to put out screen protectors for the Game Boy Advance. Like, I was like, no, you need screen protectors and decals. People are going to want decals. They're going to want decals. And then they're like, no, we have to fight the worm light. We have to fight that with our Cobra light. And we have to continue to fix that. And I'm like, yeah, but I think people are going to want, like, things that go, like, extensions. Like, things that go over the controls. This is back when you had D-pad, just D-pad. But people are going to want stickers. They're going to want screen protectors, stickers, and they're going to want something that you can put over the buttons. They're going to want to put buttons, like something simple. And I remember being told that's the dumbest idea. No one is going to... I'm like, no. It's super cheap to make, and you can sell these for a reasonable amount because you just tell people that they're protecting their screen. Because the biggest and most prominent thing on the Game Boy Advance isn't the L and R buttons or the additional power. It's the screen. And now, whenever that's like it's something people just, it's a no-brainer. People just do it. It's just easy money. The thing is, the lesson here is that if you listen to me, you'll make money. If you pay attention and you listen to what I tell you, you'll make money. And you'll stay around. Oh. Yeah. That said, yes. I've always loved the music in this game. I love that we're getting like this comes out like the same direct where this stuff was announced. They announced a Legend of Zelda game where you play as Zelda and you kind of use the environment, use stuff in the environment or copying stuff in the environment to make stuff, to solve puzzles. It's more puzzle oriented. The combat looks kind of interesting too because you can kind of summon enemies. You could be like, oh, I will copy that dude there that I just murdered and then like have him murder other dudes. Not bad. Be like, go my minions! Why am I still playing this? Oh, wait, because it's good and it's addictive. God, music. I love that there's so many good ways to play so many of these fantastic Super Nintendo games. Like, this is a pretty good port, and you have Four Swords, which, by the way, if they moved Four Swords Adventures to Nintendo Switch, that'd be great too. That one that was on the GameCube. Yeah. That'd be kind of cool. They should just, like, that should just be a port. They should start doing that once the next system comes out. Just be like, hey, here's these ports, you know, here's the Wind Waker and Twilight Princess and all that, and Four Swords Adventure. Yep. Oh man. I remember taping onto cassette tape using an audio cable that I got from Radio Shack, taping the background music in The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past onto a cassette. Yeah. That sounds like a great idea. You know, that was it was kind of nice because like, what? Come with me, my pot. No, my pot has disappeared. Oh yeah, one thing about this particular one is that they added in all that voice stuff. You hear that? Yeah. I remember when they added, that was something new that they added. I was like, oh, that's so annoying. But I'm used to it now. Kind of like the Game Boy Advance version of Yoshi's Island has I feel like it has better controls and a more a better, like, the crying is not annoying in comparison to where it was on the Super Nintendo. Yes. Yay! We're gonna rescue Zelda, and then we're gonna move on to something else. I just kind of wanted to like talk a little bit about what was added to it, and what I'm most excited about. Yeah, like wait, does this mean you're actually excited to play Link to the Past? Yeah, I like Link to the Past. Pretty good. Boom. Come on, buddy. Come to me. Boom. Bye. Okay, fine.
Thank you, Philip. I had a feeling you were getting close.
I know. Huh. Yay. Listen carefully. All the soldiers in the castle have fallen under the wizard's spell, so don't feel bad about murdering them in cold blood. Yes, I understand. Yeah. I feel like, yeah, this was Legend of Zelda 3, and it was kind of a soft reboot. And that's the thing, too, like, there's Legend of Zelda 1, 2, 3, 4, and then when you got to the N64 one, they stopped kind of naming them. They stopped numbering them after 4, after Link's Awakening. And that's kind of a shame, because I feel like that was kind of cool, you know? Like, oh, this is Zelda 5. Now there's so many different spin-offs and different things that, like, the numbering system was abandoned. Bum 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 bum. Really? I've cut out their hearts. Yeah. Can't get me. And yep, I know. Oh, by the way, these right here, you can slice them to open them. Neat, huh? That's where the dead dude was in the main thing. Yep, I know. Nah. Select. Yeah, because that's why I feel like Y and X should be select and start instead of whatever they are on this. Oh no! Yeah. Oh wait, we're still playing, aren't we? We probably should be like, save, yes. And we're going to continue, of course, and now we're going to create a save point. I like these save data points. That's one of my favorite parts, these save states. Because you can do that, you can just jump into a whole other save point. Wait, not fusion. No, the new one added was zero mission. Zero missions. Yeah. This one sounds better. Sorry. Metroid Fusion Gallery. You can actually see like the ending screens from these, from like Metroid Fusion. These are the little gallery things that you'd get if you beat the game normally. Or like if you beat it like at faster points. So it's kind of interesting that those are already unlocked. Reference to the comics. I know people who look like Samus, like with that hair and the eyes, and the fact that she's 6'3", by the way. Samus is about actually supposed to be like as tall as like Bruce Campbell. If you've ever met Bruce Campbell in real life, dude's tall. Some of these people are tall. Like, people don't know that like Bruce Campbell, Donald Trump, a couple of these people, you see them in real life and you're like, what? Why are you so tall? That makes no sense. That's cool. Why is that not like an additional I mean, look at these. This gallery is fantastic. The baby, the Metroid baby. And then we're back to the main part. Yeah, like, it's kind of a thing where, like, if you beat it with a certain percentage unlocked or at a certain time, you get those. Yeah. Anyways, that's nice that that's already unlocked. Neat. Let's hit start game. There's two things: normal and easy difficulty. Beautiful. Just fantastic. You know what I've always thought was weird is how people seem to criticize Nintendo for like, I don't know. There's like this thing where people, oh man, this is the thing that was bugging me too. Actually, I'm gonna probably make people a little upset by saying this, but a couple years ago, back in I think right before the whole Gamergate thing, there were people trying to say that Samus Aran was trans. Yeah, I'm like, no, she's an intergalactic bounty hunter, etc. Just because she's like 6'3" and like 200 pounds or something doesn't mean that, like, yeah, it does. It's not the same thing, you know. I always thought that was kind of a little weird when that was the thing people tried to push. There was like something, I think it was like Kotaku or IGN was trying to push that. I had a video about it a long time ago. And I'm just like, yeah, no. Shush. I know that's probably going to pop up again when Metroid Prime, closer to the release of Metroid Prime 4. But don't let people do that to Samus. No. It's fine for a strong female character to be biologically female. There's nothing wrong with that. And when people are like, I always feel like when people are like, no, this character's now this. I'm like, I feel like you're trying to erase the identity of the character. Well, okay, there, I'm canceled. Yeah. But man, I do wish that this had that gripping function that they have in Fusion. Oh, hold on a second. Gotta sneeze. Yay, let's check the status and stuff. All good stuff. Oops. God, Metroid is such a great game. You know what they need to do now that we've got, like... Oh yeah, you can't get to that because you need the long beam. But yeah, now that we've got Metroid Fusion, Metroid Zero Mission, and Super Metroid and Metroid 2 all available on the same system, the thing that we need now is we need them to re-release that Mercury Steam did of Metroid 2. The one that was on the DS? Yeah. A port of that to Switch would be fantastic. Because then we'd be like, hey, now we have all of them. Yes, and that would be good. L to B to fire diagonal up. Oops. What's kind of funny with this is I have like those Neo S controllers or the little Nitro Deck stuff, right? So using stuff with turbo modes, fantastic idea. Oh, I guess I do. What? Shouldn't there be a thing that pops up here? Yeah, whatever. I guess I have to go this way first. So we can see Ridley and Crade. Yeah. I love the music in Metroid a lot. Got him. Brin Star. I feel like this checkpoint system, fantastic. Yeah, because like, you know, you can play Metroid 1, like the better version of Metroid 1. I mean, you can play Metroid 1 on the NES, or you can play Zero Mission, which I feel is the better way to play it. It's a little bit more polished. Not so much polished as in it's like, it's a little bit less, it's a little bit easier to play than the original NES one. But yeah, you have all of them available. Almost. The only Metroid games we're missing on the Nintendo Switch are Prime 2, Prime 3, and Other M. Oh, and the Metroid 2 remake. So that's about 4, which is a better record than like the amount of stuff from like, say, the Legend of Zelda series that's missing. I mean, but like you can play the entirety of the almost the entirety of the series, like at least the the side-scrolling ones. What the heck? No. How do I get off of that? How do I get that thing off of me? I need that thing to be off of me. Oh, I can't do anything with those. I need bombs. Where do I get the bombs? They're around here somewhere, aren't they? Boom. Oh, I need to be able to freeze those. I don't have the ability to freeze those. Shoo, bloop, bloop, bloop. Wait, no. Let's go down. Those little tiny things were like, oh, those were a thing. I'm gonna make a save state now. Yeah. But yeah, those came out for the Nintendo Switch Online. It's fantastic. I'm gonna play through both of those again. I know there's the Perfect Dark or whatever in Turok, but I'm just like, I'll get to that eventually. I was never really a big Perfect Dark fan. I thought it was okay. I liked GoldenEye a bit more. I liked the way that it controlled. Like, I liked some of the additions and stuff, but I felt like the multiplayer for GoldenEye was better designed. It sounds kind of a little weird, but that's what I thought. Also, you didn't have bots. Like, there were those, if I remember correctly, there's bots and stuff that you can add in Perfect Dark, but I don't know. It's just one of those things where it's just kind of like, I mean, I have it. I've played through it. I've beaten it. I'm just like, It just didn't have the same zeitgeist that GoldenEye did. And I'll get to it eventually. But for right now, I'm mostly excited about the Game Boy Advance stuff. Now, if they can do me a favor and get Mole Mania out for the Game Boy and Wario Land, those are some other things that I really want them to do. But yeah, let me know in the comments below what you think of the stuff that was added to NSO. And thank you for spending some time here with me in these. And yeah, until next video comes out, you are now caught up.
Morning, Maya.